The bell has tolled, the smoke has cleared, and the face of evil in the WWE finally has a name, and it is a name that will haunt your nightmares until the end of time. Welcome back to Wrestling Apocalypse, the home for the most explosive, deep dive breakdowns in the industry. If you are watching this right now, you are a witness to history. For weeks, ever since the chaotic fallout of the 2026 Royal Rumble, a shadow has been stalking the halls of Monday Night Raw. A silent, hooded executioner who has systematically dismantled everyone from Seth Rollins to Cody Rhodes, leaving a trail of broken bodies and a chilling calling card, a single, black vulture feather. We've spent sleepless nights on this channel speculating, was it a returning legend? Was it a new arrival from the Indies? Was it a ghost from the past? Tonight, the Phenom himself, the Undertaker, made a return that shook the very foundations of the arena to personally unmask the monster. And the person behind that cowl? It isn't just shocking, it's a betrayal that changes the landscape of the road to WrestleMania forever. The atmosphere in the arena tonight was suffocating. You could feel the humidity of the suspense rising as the clock ticked toward the final segment. Raw was supposed to end with a contract signing between Gunther and Braun Breaker, but before the first pen hit the paper, the lights didn't just flicker, they died. A deep, agonizing blue light began to pulse from the entranceway, and then, that legendary, low-frequency gong echoed through the rafters. The crowd didn't just cheer, they let out a collective gasp of reverence. The Undertaker, clad in his classic leather duster and Stetson, emerged from a fog so thick it looked like the ground itself was exhaling. He didn't walk to the ring, he glided like the Reaper coming to collect a debt that was centuries overdue. But he wasn't there to cut a promo. As Taker stepped into the ring, the mystery attacker, that hooded, nameless figure who has been a plague on the roster, descended from the rafters on a rappel line, landing silently like a predator. The visual was cinematic perfection, the greatest supernatural force in the history of the business standing toe-to-toe with the new age of terror. The mystery attacker held a steel pipe, his breathing heavy and distorted through a voice modulator, but he didn't strike. He stood there, frozen, as if the mere presence of the Deadman had paralyzed his very soul. The commentary team was in a state of absolute meltdown. Michael Cole was shouting about the clash of timelines, while Wade Barrett sat in stunned silence, his eyes glued to the center of the ring. The Undertaker slowly raised his hand, and the lights in the arena turned a deep, blood red. He didn't say a word. He simply reached out, grabbed the hooded figure by the throat with a chokeslam grip that shook the ring boards, and with his other hand, he ripped the mask away. The reveal wasn't just a shock, it was an emotional car crash. The man under the mask, the man who has been terrorizing your favorite superstars and calling himself the heir to the abyss, was none other than a returning, revitalized, and completely unhinged Malachi Black. Now, wait. Before the comments section explodes, you have to understand the magnitude of this. This isn't just a debut. This is the fulfillment of a prophecy that has been whispered in the shadows of the industry for years. Malachi didn't just come back, he came back as the hand-picked successor to The Undertaker's dark legacy. As Taker released his grip, Malachi didn't fall. He knelt. He knelt at the feet of the Phenom, and The Undertaker placed a hand on his shoulder, a silent blessing of the carnage to come. The mystery attacker was a test, and tonight, the test ended with the birth of a new god of chaos. Backstage, the fallout was instantaneous. Our sources at Wrestling Apocalypse are telling us the locker room is in a state of absolute, paralyzed terror. We saw footage of Cody Rhodes, the man Malachi targeted first at the Rumble, watching the monitor with an expression of pure, unadulterated dread. The American Nightmare realizes now that he isn't just facing a wrestler, he's facing a man who has been christened by the Deadman himself. We've heard that Adam Pearce is currently in a closed-door meeting with Triple H, trying to figure out how to sanction a man who seems to have the protection of a supernatural icon. The fan perspective is a total frenzy. If you look at social media right now, #MalachiIsTheEnd is trending #1 worldwide. People are dissecting the cinematic clues we all missed: the way the attacker moved, the specific style of the roundhouse kicks, the cryptic Latin phrases hidden in the production glitches. The Wrestling Apocalypse community called it weeks ago that the attacker had a striking background, but to see him standing alongside The Undertaker? That is a level of storytelling that elevates the entire brand. It suggests that the road to WrestleMania isn't just about titles anymore, it's about a spiritual war for the soul of the WWE. Think about the psychological toll on the roster. How do you prepare for a man who doesn't care about a 3 count? Malachi Black, under the tutelage or the blessing of The Undertaker, is a man who wants to dismantle the ego of every superstar on Raw. He isn't here for the World Heavyweight Championship, he's here to be the new gatekeeper of the afterlife. The visionary Seth Rollins, who was also a victim of the attacker, was seen in the training room staring at the wall, refusing to speak to anyone. The architect just realized that you can't build a defense against a ghost. This is why we love this business. It's the mix of the legendary and the new, the mystery and the visceral reality. Malachi Black has gone from a rumored return to the most dangerous man in the company in the span of one segment. The Undertaker didn't just unmask him, he gave him the keys to the Kingdom of Shadows. The stakes for WrestleMania just went through the roof. We are looking at a potential passing of the torch match that could involve the Deadman in a way we never thought possible. We are going to be tracking this 24/7 here at Wrestling Apocalypse. We've got analysts looking at the contractual status of Malachi, we're reaching out to our contacts in the dark corners of the industry to see how long this alliance has been in the works, and we are waiting for the first official words from the unmasked monster. This isn't just a return, it's a resurrection of the dark arts in professional wrestling. But I want to know your take, because the Wrestling Apocalypse community is the smartest in the world. Did you see this coming? Do you think Malachi Black is the right man to carry the torch of The Undertaker's legacy, or is he a man who will eventually try to eclipse the sun itself? And what happens to Cody Rhodes now that his nightmare has a face and a name? Drop your theories, your rants, and your gong emojis in the comments below. We read every single one, and tonight, we need your help to process the end of the mystery. If you're as electrified by this reveal as we are, hit that like button to show your support for the channel. It helps us keep the lights on while we navigate these shadows. Smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because the Age of Malachi has officially begun, and Wrestling Apocalypse is your front row seat to the end of the world as we know it. The Undertaker has spoken, the mask is off, and the apocalypse is finally here. I've been your host for Wrestling Apocalypse. Watch your back, stay loud, and we'll see you at the next bell. Would you like me to generate a follow-up script focusing on Malachi Black's first ritualistic promo on Raw, or perhaps a deep dive into the secret history of The Undertaker's recruitment of his new successor?